Hello, I'm Riza Vinarao. The topic that I will discuss is decision making in organization. What is decision making? Decision making is one of the most important aspects of your small business, but the process of arriving at a decision must be precise so that it will yield the best results. It's also important to remember that even though you and your executive team will make the major decisions, there are a number of smaller decisions that your managers and staff members will make, sometimes without your input. To ensure that decision making is uniform throughout your organization, you should implement a process that everyone can follow. First, understand the decision you have to make. This may seem obvious, but the first step in making a decision is the realization that a decision is necessary. In other words, you have to identify and define the type of decisions that need to be made and how it will change your work progress or improve a product or service for your customers. Second, collect all the information. Proper decision making requires an evaluation of all the information and data that you can gather. For example, if you own a marketing consulting firm and you're considering a pay-per-click advertising campaign, you would want to have information such as which keywords do customers use the most when searching results related to consulting. In some instances, the information you need is internal within your organization, and in other instances, you will obtain information from external sources. Third, identify all alternatives. After you've analyzed the information, you must develop several different options regarding the decision you have to make. Using the same example from earlier, you may decide on alternatives such as display ads, cost per thousand ads, or remarketing. Fourth, evaluate the pros and cons. Analyzing each alternative for its pluses and minuses can help you eliminate which possible decision is the wrong one. Your goal in this step is to identify the options that give you the best chance of success and the least chance of failure. In some instances, there isn't much difference between two options, which means you should consult with your executive leaders to determine which option they like the best, and then to rank them in descending order. Fifth, select the best alternative. After you've ranked your options, you must choose the one that you think has the strongest chance of achieving your goal. In some instances, you can combine several options, but in most cases, there will be a clear-cut direction you want to take. Sixth, make the decision. A decision is simply a choice until you put it into action. This means that you must understand the resources available to help that decision become successful. You may need to have several meetings with your managers and team leaders to explain your decision to them and how it will affect their daily tasks or how it will affect your clients and customers. Seventh, evaluate the impact of your decision. It's critical for you to evaluate your decision after sufficient time has passed so that you can analyze the effectiveness of the choice you made. The biggest question you must ask is this: did your decision resolve the problem, the need, or the issue it was meant to address? If you can answer yes to this question, then your work is done. If the answer is no, then you may need to identify what went wrong and repeat the decision-making process. An organizational decision-making is a series of professional decisions that a company undergo for its success. Fortunately, strong decision-making is only effective when it comes to making organizations successful. Better, effective organizational decision-making is not a matter of accident or innate ability, but it is derived from the some consistent principles that can be learned and replicated. Here are the keys to help your organization make decisions on confidence and success. Adjust your target with your original value. The previous item raises a question: how do you set your long-term goals? Ideally, this should flow from your organization's mission and original value. Your organization's goals may evolve over time, but its values should be far less variable. Your organizational values provide a consistent knowledge of your organization's identity and continuity. They should be clearly understood and agreed upon by your decision makers. As you evaluate your goals, make sure they are connected with your original quality. Evaluate your costs. One way to evaluate your priorities today is to realize that they see your costs at a time. Often, you may feel that you are prioritizing a specific goal or endeavor while your budget tells a different story. Make sure your organizational costs reflect your identified priorities. If not, you should take a second look. And as a check-in, it is essential for regular evaluation to verify that you are on the track. Remember your employees. Organizations tend to succeed depending on the quality of their staff. If your decisions make it difficult for your employees to be productive in their work environment, it will affect your chances of long-term success, even after your decision has advanced short-term goals. Making the most effective decisions can lead to better work towards your long-term goals, which should be driven by core values. You should continually re-evaluate your costs and evaluate the potential consequences of your actions. If you follow these steps truly, you will put together a framework for successful organizational decision making. That's all. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching.